Hi, Pastor Nathan Decker with your hashtag Better Together devotion for today, and we've been talking about trust and leaning into God. Well, sometimes within the scriptures, the people of God actually acknowledged that they were not going to trust God, and they did so in the form of a lament. And it was a beautiful thing. And there's so many of them within the Psalms, and there's an entire book called Lamentations. It's 5 different laments about why on earth, God, did you allow this to happen to Jerusalem? And all this kind of stuff. Basically, what a lament is doing is it's challenging the authority and the power of God. It's challenging the relationship, the trust. God, where were you? Where were you when this happened? Why didn't you do your job? In our modern understanding, when I hear of school shootings or tragic things happening, pandemics, one of the things that calls me within my faith is to lament, to go to the one who is the ultimate authority, the ultimate power, and to question this, and to have this relationship of trust where I can truly acknowledge who God is and at the same time challenge who God is and what God is doing. It takes a deep relationship to question God. To follow blindly does not take a deep relationship. To look at the scriptures and say they're inerrant and infallible, that does not take a great leap of faith. What does take a great leap of faith is to delve into God's words and to hear the psalmist say, "How long, God," Psalm 13, "how long will you not listen to my prayers?" God doesn't listen to our prayers at times. That's what the psalmist is saying he feels. That's what she's expressing. Or to hear within a later psalm about hanging our harps by the river in Babylon because we can't sing, because somewhere Jerusalem is being destroyed by our enemies. And God, where are you? A lament is a deep level of trust. It's the parent who listens to the child as the child says, "You didn't protect me. You didn't warn me about this in life. You didn't do something that I needed you to do." A lament is a deep level of relationship, a deep level of trust. It's kind of a place where we have the opportunity to rant and rail against the kingdom come, and at the same time feel the embrace of God's arms around us in the midst of our pain. The image that comes to my mind is the image of a child swinging their fists at the air, and in order to protect everyone around that child, the parent comes and wraps their arm around the child and absorbs the pain and absorbs the injury. A lament is us doing that with God. And it's a place of deep trust. Trust that calls us to speak things that most people would say, "Oh, you can't say that. You can't be angry at God." No, we can. In fact, God invites us to be so through the Holy Scriptures themselves. God invites us to have doubts and to question and to move beyond the simple and immature faith and into a deep trusting faith. This is Pastor Nathan Decker encouraging you to lean in on your faith with lament.